Hi, my name is Erin and I'm one of the zookeepers here at the Cherry Brook Zoo. During the COVID-19 pandemic, the New Brunswick government has mandated that we close our doors to the public. So what we've decided to do is bring the zoo to you, and all we ask is for $1 or $2. So if you check the donate button down below or the comments to see good ways to donate. Now who's ready to have some fun? This week we're working with our miniature horses and we're going to do some fun things with them today. And remember, there's a monkey still out there, so if you happen to see him, please let us know down in the comments. With our horses, we have a set diet for them, mainly of hay. They get 2 flakes of hay, which is 2 squares out of the bale, per feeding, which is twice a day. And then they also get a handful of specialized horse grain, so it's a pelleted food for them. Then they also get occasional treats like apple or carrots or fresh greens, which they really enjoy. They like that fresh food. And then anytime we're out walking them, if they see a patch of grass and they've walked a little ways, we let them have some grass and some fresh greens that way. And we do have to watch that they're not eating anything that we don't know what it is. So as long as it's one of our areas with nice fresh greens that we can see, dandelion greens or plantain, things like that, we do let them graze on that and get some natural feeding that way. With our horses, the main enrichment we do with them is keeper interaction. So every day they get brushed and they have their hooves taken care of, so they get lots of interaction with us. We also take them on walks. So we get to take them around the zoo, get them some exercise, they get the enrichment of seeing other animals, of seeing different parts of the zoo, and then we can also get some activity for them while they're out walking around. We do have to put shoes on them, to put on their front feet to protect their feet as they're walking on the different surfaces throughout the zoo. And we also have halters for them and lead ropes, so we can keep control of them, make sure they're not going to go somewhere that's dangerous for them or get into trouble that way. Some of the other types of enrichment we use with the horses are different toys. We can give them things like balls or rope toys to play with. We can also give them different feeding methods, something that we call food presentation. One of the best things to do for them is to scatter their feed around. So we'll take their hay and spread it through different areas of their exhibit so that they have to go and find it, just like they would in the wild. They'd have to go find different areas to graze in to find fresh greens to eat. Sometimes when we're out walking the horses, we can do an exercise called lunging, which is when you use a long lead and actually have the horses work in a circle around you. By getting them to do that, we're able to have them trot and get some extra exercise that way. They can go faster than they can with us just walking beside them, and that gets extra exercise. With horses, the trot is actually their main traveling gait. So if you see a group of horses out in the wild and they're moving from one field to another, or they're going from a field to a watering place, you'll often see them trotting because they can cover a lot of distance that way. It's just like somebody might go out for a jog. So it's a little bit faster than walking, but not quite as tiring as running full speed. Now with our 2 horses, there is a big difference in their temperament. Ginger Snap is very much the quiet, gentle one. So a lot of times she'll come up and just want to rub her head on you or just be near you while you're in the exhibit and working with them. While Licorice is a little bit more rambunctious. She has a bit more energy than her mom. She's kind of spunky, and she's the one who likes to get into trouble. When we're in feeding, Ginger Snap does a very good job at waiting for her food. She stands at the door until we let her come in to get the food, while Licorice tends to push her way in and try to get in the way as we're feeding them. But Ginger Snap does a good job of keeping her daughter in line and keeping her out of trouble for us. Thanks for joining us on our virtual field trip with our miniature horses. Join us again on Friday for our next video with the miniature horses, and check the comments below that video for the answers to today's questions.